Hey,
Yeah. Yes.
there you are. Hey, I'm Sean Keegan. Nice to meet you with Solar Landscape.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, just thanks for coming out. You know, we're the solar company. I can make some calls to your office, so we'll be in touch after this. And
Absolutely.
hopefully we can talk about trying to get this thing subscribed.
Okay.
Reaching out to people in Perth Amboy. It's about just creating awareness, making them know that it's here, that they have the opportunity to save.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Cool.
All right. Wow. It's cold today. Bitter cold. But you know, with the exciting news, I'm sure we're going to keep warm, right? So I want to thank and welcome each and every one of you to our beautiful and wonderful city of Perth Amboy. Welcome Governor Murphy, Congressman Frank Pallone, Speaker Craig Coughlin, Assemblywoman Yvonne Lopez, Rick Gaz, and Edison Job Corps alumni, and also solar landscape installer, Joseph Fiordaliso, President of the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, Sean LaTourette, DEP's Acting Commissioner, labor leaders, solar landscape, Assemblyman Jim Kennedy, Middlesex County Commissioner Director Ron Rios, and guests. Thank you and welcome. It is with tremendous sense of accomplishment that we are here today to recognize the first community solar project energized in the entire state of New Jersey. I want to thank Governor Murphy for his commitment to ensuring a statewide agenda for a healthy and clean place to live and work through clean energy to all residents. And I want to thank the Board of Public Utilities and President Fiordaliso for launching the Community Solar Energy Pilot Program and investing in underserved communities such as Perth Amboy. We are a historic city, recognized for many firsts, and this project will be added to the city's many milestones. Now our residents will be able to consume clean and green energy that is made in Perth Amboy. When businesses, nonprofits, and municipalities work together to achieve a higher purpose, we can accomplish positive changes within the community. I would like to thank Duke Realty for allowing the use of their rooftops for such a worthwhile endeavor, and also Solar Landscape for constructing and managing this project. I would like to thank the Jewish Renaissance Foundation for working to connect these groups together on this impactful partnership. I remain committed to environmental justice and bringing forth a clean energy to our families and our residents. What a blessing. Thank you all. God bless. And then now it's my pleasure to pass it over to Rick Goss from Solar Landscape. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ricky Gass, and I'm a certified solar installer with Solar Landscape. In May 26, 2020, I started taking up a solar installation training class through Solar Landscape because I wanted a career that could provide for my family and my future. It was May 26, 2020, and my life forever was changed for the better. I was worried and wondering when I would get back to work. I just finished the training, and I was really hoping I would be chosen for the opportunity. That Tuesday, scrolling on Indeed, I received a phone call by a lady named Miss Caitlin Gold from Solar Landscape. She said she had a job opportunity, but also a way to impact communities. And that's honestly what sold me. I was a young man struggling financially just like many others due to COVID-19 and all the brutal changes that we were forced to adapt to. But that wasn't the end, but rather the beginning for me. And this opportunity changed my life for the betterment of my family, my community, and to be a bright light in the solar industry. Thank you, Solar Landscape, for consistently believing in me, for allowing me to be myself at work and not just a cog in the machine. I also would like to thank Mr. Murphy for this great community solar program and for creating more job opportunities for those who want to strive for greatness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would now like to introduce Governor Murphy.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Ricky. If you'll permit me a point of personal privilege, I'm going to take my mask off just while I'm speaking here for a second. You'll forgive me, I just, as Ron Rios knows, I just climbed up and just climbed down from the roof of the building, so I'm still recovering from that. I'm not terribly good with heights, so good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you, Mayor. Hellman, it's good to be back in Perth Amboy. I was honored to be with you. In fact, we got a bunch of folks here who were with you when you were sworn in a few weeks ago. Thrilled to be back. Thank you as well, Ricky, for your introduction, and to you and your colleagues at Solar Landscape for doing the work that is allowing us to be here today. So God bless you and thank you. CEO Sean Keegan was with me up on the roof. He's my witness. I want to thank Sean and the rest of the team. Art Macris and the Duke Realty folks are here. I want to thank them for hosting us today and for showcasing your commitment to sustainable building practices in the communities you serve, which is a big deal and I think is going to become a norm, and you guys collectively are out ahead of that. I want to thank as well Congressman Frank Pallone. Frank, I always say you're in Washington fighting for us. I didn't mean that literally, but God bless you and thank you for everything you do down there. An extraordinary leader in New Jersey, the Speaker of the General Assembly, Middlesex County's own. We're in your district, Craig, as I know you know, Craig Coughlin. Board of Public Utilities President Joe Fiordaliso. I want to thank you, Joe. I saw that President Biden took down the portrait of Andrew Jackson when he moved into the Oval Office. I know that brought a tear to your eye as you had served President Jackson, so it's good to be back with you here. It is a thrill. Just want to make sure you all were paying attention. It is a thrill to be back here in Perth Amboy alongside so many others who share our commitment to clean energy and environmental justice for our state. I also want to give a shout out. Hellman welcomed them, but I want to, Yvonne Lopez, we're in your town, Assemblywoman. Thank you for everything you do. The Environment Committee Chairman now in the Assembly, Jim Kennedy, former mayor and a great Assemblyman. Great to be with you. The Director of the Board of Commissioners of Middlesex County, a dear friend, Ron Rios. Bless you. Environmental advocates, the likes of Kim Gaddy and Dave Pringle and others here today. Bless you and thank you for everything you do. Quick timeout, just because we've got the press here and we don't have a press conference later on. 3,962 new positives for COVID, 82 losses of life. More left the hospitals than came in, and that's a good thing. Yesterday, that's another day, although it's still too many people going in. Positivity rate is slightly over 13%, which is unacceptably high. And Ronnie, I know you know this, and all of you who live in this great county, Yvonne, Craig, and others, Middlesex County's paid a big price. Of the positive cases, 380 of them are to this county. Of the fatalities today, 8. A total of 1,682 losses of life in this county alone, which is extraordinary. So keep them all in your prayers. Keep doing what you've been doing, folks. I think we're beginning to see light, but we need everyone to stay strong and stay vigilant. So nearly 2 years ago, Joe, all kidding aside, you're an extraordinary leader. You and the BPU gave 45 community solar projects across our state. And by the way, those 45 projects added up to a total of 75 megawatts of clean energy. You gave them the go-ahead. These projects will broaden the reach of our solar potential while ensuring that low and moderate income families are able to benefit from its promise. So thank you. Again, thanks to Duke Realty and the hard work of the team at Solar Landscape. This is the first community solar project to come online of that group. The first project to begin delivering the promise of emissions-free electricity. This installation on the roof, and by the way, all kidding aside about the heights, is extraordinary. And it's absolutely extraordinary. This one alone represents more than 11 megawatts that can power roughly, Hellman, 1,200 households. And those households, before our efforts, simply would not have been able to afford to make the switch to solar. We've been driven by the knowledge that community solar is not just good energy policy, but it is also an important step in environmental justice. It is a tremendous vehicle for creating new jobs, Ricky, right, in the clean energy economy. And it will invite critical investments into the corners of our state that have been long overlooked. I think that's a win-win-win-win. Today, we are proving that we can truly democratize our energy landscape and our energy future in a meaningful and powerful way. Moving our state away from dirty fossil fuel energy has been a priority of this administration since day one. We are, remember, the densest state in the nation, and so we need the creativity and flexibility that community solar can provide. Also, this is just a start. We're not spiking any footballs yet. There are 44 other projects across and up and down the state, and each makes the same simple yet profound statement that we hear today. Everybody should be able to take advantage of the opportunities that solar energy provides, regardless of where they live or regardless of their income level. And we are putting people like Ricky and his colleagues to work at a time when our economy needs it the most. So to everyone at Solar Landscape, again, my hat is off to you for a job well done. To the team at Duke Realty, thank you for your partnership with Perth Amboy and with Solar Landscape and for leading the way in community solar. To everyone from our team and the BPU who helped make this possible, with a special shout out, Joe, to Ariane Benry in the Division of Clean Energy. I offer my thanks and congratulations as well. And to everyone, and by the way, Jane Cohen is here from our team, so Jane, thank you for your leadership. To everyone, Hellman and Perth Amboy, whose home or business can now be powered by clean energy, you are at the forefront of our state's next great energy revolution. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce the guy who's in Washington fighting for our interests morning, noon, and night, a champion for our environment and for our commitment to clean energy. Please help me welcome the chairman, my Congressman, Frank Pallone.
Thank you, Governor. Let me just say it's just so wonderful to be here today with elected officials at every level of government here in Middlesex County and in Perth Amboy in particular that care about climate action, and looking towards a clean energy future. And what the governor's talking about today with this community solar program is really innovative. And you know, I have to say that, you know, this is the place of innovation. I mean, not only the governor and Joe with the BPU have been out there doing so many innovative things with clean energy and renewables. Joe, thank you for what you're doing with wind power and trying to focus on that offshore. And from the very first day that he took office, Governor Murphy emphasized this, rejoining Reggie, doing so many things at the state level and even nationally working with the other states, because for 4 years, the only thing that was happening on climate action was at the state level, right? There was nothing under the Trump administration. He was a climate denier. And I see the same thing at the county level. You've done so many things with solar fields, Ron, and of course the state legislature passing the legislation that would back up what the governor and the BPU are doing. The way I understand this, the innovation here with community solar is that a lot of households and businesses, either because they're small or just for physical reasons, because they don't have rooftops or whatever, you know, can't move into the solar sphere and take advantage of, you know, lower prices or just wanting to have cleaner energy, right? And that's what these community solar products, projects allow. They allow low-income people or people that wouldn't normally have access to clean power, to solar power, to have access. And that's why this is so important. Now, we could do a lot more on the federal level. And I know the governor said that, you know, keeps talking about me fighting every day. I haven't had any physical interaction yet, and hopefully I won't. But we have been fighting. And we actually do have some partners. At the end of the year, we passed this package of bills that I say did a down payment, if you will, on a lot of climate action initiatives. But what was not included was a bill that we passed in the House that didn't get into the end of the year package. But now with Biden and, you know, having the Biden presidency, we hope to get it done. And it actually provides grants that passed the House, but, you know, we couldn't get it in the Senate with McConnell, It provides grants to states and companies, and it would be through the BPU, to do more of these community solar type initiatives, and also provide, with the knowledge, as you mentioned, that it creates a lot of jobs, right? So it's not only good because in a place like Perth Amboy, you have low-income people that would benefit, but also you have a lot of industry that can be retrofitted or that can be used to create jobs with renewables, including solar. And so it's a kind of a win-win situation both ways. But I just wanted to say, before I bring up the speaker, Governor, it is like a total change in the last week with Biden as president. I know all of you helped so much to make sure that he became president, Harris as the vice president, because just yesterday was Climate Day. And Biden had signed a bunch of executive orders and had a press conference, rejoined the Paris Agreement last week. And yesterday's press conference was executive orders that specifically said to all federal agencies that they have to take into account climate, that they have to move towards renewables, whether it be solar and wind. So it's a total sea change. And so now the kind of thing you do at the state and the county and the local level with the mayor here, who's already doing a good job just in a few weeks in office, we can now have a federal partner as well, which I think is so important in our ability to move forward on things like this community solar and so many other clean energy initiatives as well. So thank you again, and we'll bring up the speaker who we're so proud of.
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. I know it's cold and everybody's eager to get on with their day, so I'll just take 45 minutes or so of your time to welcome you to the great city of Perth Amboy. I really do want to thank everybody for coming out. It's nice to see Commissioner Rios here, Commissioner Director Rios, and of course my running mate and colleague, a daughter of Perth Amboy, Yvonne, and the newly minted chair of the Assembly Environmental Committee, Jim Kennedy. And, of course, whenever Frank Pallone comes in, and I got to confess, Frank Pallone, for a guy who works in Washington, he spends a lot of time in his district. I really admire the fact that he is always here. And, of course, thank Governor Murphy for being here to highlight this as part of the plan that he is championed to get us to 100% clean energy by 2050. So, Governor, thank you for being with us here in Perth Amboy. Thank you all for coming out. This really is a great day for Perth Amboy, and it's a great day for clean energy. We all know that clean energy is the wave of the future, and I'm particularly proud that this first community solar project is going to happen right here in Perth Amboy. It stems in part from the legislation that we passed, Governor Murphy signed back in 2018 that dealt with wind energy, and it's coming to fruition because it's really a great idea, and it's an innovative way to help us bridge the gap to make sure that we get to the goal of clean energy by, total clean energy by 2050, because it lets people who want to be involved in helping to do their bit for the environment participate. There are people who are renters, for example. Perth Amboy has any number of renters, and Mayor Kaba, I thank you for letting us come here and highlight this project. And this gives them a chance. They might not otherwise be able to participate. This allows them to do it. It's an innovative way of bringing about the change that we all recognize is necessary if we're going to continue to stick up for the planet, and we do that here today. So this is a great project. It's a great day for Perth Amboy. It's a great day for the state of New Jersey and for our children and grandchildren in the decades to come. So thanks, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig and Frank. I'm sorry you skipped the PowerPoint presentation, Craig. So each of you guys have said this, and if folks are just plugging themselves into what community solar means, each of Frank and Craig gave examples of folks, even if they wanted to, either couldn't afford it or weren't in a circumstance that would allow them to be able to take advantage of solar energy. And that changes with this installation. And it's a game changer for them, and I think for all of us. With that, all kidding aside, please help me welcome the rookie on the team, the guy who leads the Board of Public Utilities with great distinction. Cannot thank him enough for his partnership in so many fronts. Please help me welcome the President, Joe Fiordaliso. Love you, buddy.
I'm going to take this off because my glasses are fogging up. There we go. Well, good morning, everybody. It's great to be here with you, Governor, Congressman, Speaker, Mayor, Assembly people, Commissioners. It's just great to be here to celebrate this project that started 2 years ago with a pilot program that we initiated. And we are so lucky to be in the state of New Jersey because we have the greenest governor in the entire United States. Whether we're talking about solar, energy efficiency, offshore wind, you name it, New Jersey is a leader in each and every one of these fields. We have over 140,000 solar installations in the state of New Jersey. 7,000 people are employed in solar. This project and projects to follow, as the governor mentioned, will allow everyone the opportunity to participate in the green revolution that we're going through here in the state of New Jersey. And this morning, I was watching Morning Joe, and who was on but Gina McCarthy. And Gina McCarthy, as you may recall, was the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency under President Obama. The cavalry is on its way from the federal government. Cavalry is on its way to help states like New Jersey to constantly move toward 100% clean energy and 80% carbon-free by 2050. We are in a great moment here in the state of New Jersey, a great moment that is really putting New Jersey on the map. We're working with international partners. We're working with regional partners in order to make New Jersey the focal point for clean energy in the entire United States. So it's really a pleasure for me to be the president of the Board of Public Utilities because I have a great staff, Governor, and one of the people you mentioned is here today. I took the liberty of inviting her. Ariane Benry, would you stand up? If not for her, we wouldn't be here today. Ariane, thank you. Also, a number of other people in our organization who have propelled this project. And I'll just leave you with one thing I hope you think about. I happen to be a grandfather. My friend Andrew Jackson was not a grandfather, from my understanding. Was he, Governor? I don't know. Okay. I'm not an Andrew Jackson fan, so I don't know. Neither am I. But we have a moral obligation to ensure the fact that we do everything humanly possible to mitigate the effects of climate change, and that we include every segment of our population, rich, poor, in between, because that's the only way we're going to achieve our goal. And we keep in mind, as we move forward, we keep in mind the ratepayer. So we prudently move toward our goal, but keeping in mind that somebody has to pay for it. So sometimes we may be criticized for moving too slow, but rest assured of the fact we keep moving. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here, and I look forward to working with all of you in the near future. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you, Ariane, and the whole team at the BPU who do extraordinary work. You know, I'll leave you with this thought. Joe, you kind of mentioned this, and Kim, I'm thinking back to when we signed the Environmental Justice Bill in Newark. A lot of steps we take in the environment, in clean energy, in the climate fight, are at the ground level, and they can change people's lives, no matter what's happening up here at the federal level. But in the overall remit, Frank, we can't do it alone. No matter if we got an A+ and did everything within our power, we need a federal partner that is in the hunt and in the fight with us. And for the past 8 days, thank God we finally have that partner. So to Frank and Craig, Hellman, Joe, Ricky, to all of our distinguished guests, thank you all so much for coming out today. Stay safe, stay warm, and keep up the fight on COVID. We're going to take a few questions over outside somewhere. Thank you all.